Far beneath the blazing sun and shifting sands of Nevada's Great Basin lies a hidden Chambera cave that time forgot. Back in 1940, archaeologists Sidney and Georgia Wheeler crept into Spirit Cave, expecting little more than guano and pottery shards. What they discovered instead would make history gasp: a perfectly preserved human, wrapped in ancient mats, untouched for over 10 millennia. Generations passed and that secret nearly disappeared. But in today's video, we pry open 10,600 years of silence to unveil the Spirit Caveman and rewrite the epic saga of America's first inhabitants. Picture this: Nevada, 1940. World War II rages overseas, but deep in the desert, another drama is unfolding. With lanterns in hand and hearts pounding, Sidney and Georgia Wheeler slip into the gloom of Spirit Cave. Their flashlights dance across hand-woven tulle mats, each reed still crisp, each knot still tight. There, lying as if merely sleeping, was a man whose skin and hair had escaped decay, whose moccasins still hugged his feet. A rabbit-skin blanket lay folded across his chest, and 67 artifact stools, beads, fragments of cloth surrounded him in reverent silence. With painstaking care, the Wheelers packed him off to the Nevada State Museum. Without modern dating methods, scholars estimated his age at 2,000 years, hardly a headline maker. So he was labeled, shelved, and almost forgotten. Decades rolled on. The Jet Age dawned. Computers shrank to pocket size. Archaeology itself leapt forward from shovels and speculations to lasers and mass spectrometers. In the 1990s, driven by curiosity, a museum curator unlocked the dusty cabinets marked Spirit Cave. She carefully clipped bone fragments and swatches of that ancient tool mat. These samples journeyed to a lab wielding accelerated mass spectrometry, radiocarbon dating, the scientific equivalent of a time machine. When the dates returned, they didn't just tweak the timeline, they shattered it. 10,600 years. Spirit Caveman was number 2,000-year relic, was over 10,600 years old, making him the oldest naturally mummified human ever discovered in North America. Imagine that span. 5 millennia before Egypt's pyramids, thousands of years before Stonehenge or Ötzi the Iceman. A time capsule from an Ice Age shoreline, buried beneath what is now one of America's driest deserts. Close your eyes and travel back 10,600 years. Nevada wasn't a lifeless wasteland, it was the shore of Lake Lahontan, its waters sparkling under an ancient sky. Families cast spears for fish, gatherers foraged bitter roots and wild greens. Craftsmen carved delicate bone needles and flaked obsidian into razor-sharp blades. They set up semi-permanent camps, returning season after season. And when one of their own died, they didn't merely dig a shallow grave. They wrapped him in mats, tucked him beneath warm furs, and laid tools that elicit a final act of love and respect that survives in the fibers around Spirit Cave Man. But the discovery didn't end with dates and data. It ignited a fierce debate over who a body belongs to: the scientists who study Eider, the descendants who revere it. The Fallon Paiute-Shoshone Tribe, whose ancestral lands cradle Spirit Cave, demanded his return under NAGPRA, Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act. They saw not an artifact, but their own kin. Meanwhile, researchers pleaded for more tests: DNA sequencing, facial reconstruction, migration mapping. Tribal elders stood their ground. This is our ancestor. Treat him with dignity, not scalpels. For 20 years, science and sovereignty locked horns. In 2015, a breakthrough won final compromise: a complete genome sequence. The labs hummed, data poured in. When the report came, it was clear. Spirit Caveman shared direct genetic ties with the Fallon Paiute-Shoshone. Science affirmed tradition. In 2016, the Bureau of Land Management officially repatriated his remains. And in 2018, Spirit Caveman was laid to rest in a private tribal ceremony 10,600 years after his first burial, finally coming home. This is more than bones and carbon date seats. It's a challenge to our history books. Spirit Caveman proves that human communities thrived and honored their dead far earlier than the Clovis first model would have us believe. He invites us to ask, what other ancient stories lie waiting in forgotten caves, beneath city streets, buried under layers of earth? How many more ancestors whisper to us from the shadows of time? If this journey through 10,600 years of time stirred your imagination, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an exploration into history's greatest mysteries. Drop a comment. Which secret of our past should we unearth next? See you on the next adventure.